want to start this conversation, and I want to start it by saying we will talk about relationships with ourselves, our husbands, our boyfriends, our fathers, our mothers, and families.
Okay, but what if you just got like a friend?
Well, we
Because
said
you know there's people that just have friends.
we said boyfriend. See, that's the ADH
No,
kid.
there's not boyfriend. There's no label to it. It's just a friend. Like there's no label. That's all
We
I'm
want
saying.
you to gather insight,
Okay.
be empowered, challenged, and inspired by our circle. This is the circle that we have created amongst ourselves.
Absolutely. Well,
We are excited about our circle. We are excited about what we add to each other, what we deposit, how we change each other's lives, how we make each other grow, how we add to us and allow us to challenge ourselves to be better women, mothers, wives, and even in our careers.
Yep.
Yes.
We add to one another. So I'm excited.
I'm
I'm
excited.
excited about sharing this because this has been a personal thing. This has been a thing that we have shared amongst each other for years.
Yeah.
We have had these personal relationships. We have cried together. We have shared together. We have healed together.
All at the
And
beauty
we have
shop.
laughed
And we have laughed together.
And
Yes.
broken bread together.
And let's be real, we done been through challenges together.
Yes.
And we still maintain relationship. And we have definitely challenged each other, but we love what we have.
Yes.
And I think that we want to bring this to everyone so that everyone can start checking who's in your circle. And if the people in your circle, are they challenging you? Are they inspiring you? Are they adding to your life? You know, are they making you a better person? And if it's a question that sometimes we just go through life just doing what we do. We never really ask that question. Am I challenged? Am I changing? If I'm just in the same circle doing the same thing and creating these habitual habits that never allows me to change. So by us coming together, we want to inspire and empower other people to start having conversation amongst each other.
Well, let's toast to this circle.
Let's toast.
Toast to this circle.
Yes.
Yes.
To the
circle.
circle.
To the circle.
Podcast sisters. Yes.
Well, I feel like just by
So-
starting it off, like, okay, well, go ahead. Because you were talking about circle and everything, and I just feel like people probably would like to know how our circle started. And of course, like any other African American household, usually your circle starts like with your ladies in the beauty salon, just like men in the barber shop, right?
Yes.
And you learn lessons at the beauty salon and the barber shop. So I just wanted to make sure that everyone knew that. Like, we need to make sure that people know how your circles can start at anywhere.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
sure.
yes, that's true, and I agree with that.
And our circle continues to grow in a sense that there's some people that probably could be in this circle, but they're still in our family.
Yes,
Like our
yes. This is
Asian
not
food.
just our
Yeah,
circle. We have so
yeah.
many
Other
people
women
that as we go forward,
edify
you will
us,
actually meet
yes.
a lot of ladies that have added to our lives. So we will have guests come in, and they would actually speak from their truth, their experience, their struggle, their pain, their realness. And they're going to come in and they're going to share with us. They're going to actually share what they had deposited in this group. So our circle's actually big. Our circle's bigger than these four ladies,
Definitely.
actually. But we're just gathering us four together so that we could begin to share these things with other people.
Okay.
Yes.
We asked you this question: who's in your circle? Let's define self-love. What does that look like to this panel of women in this circle?
Self-love for me means taking an ill day. I love life day. So, and I'm going to patent that as well. That's mine. I love life. Take an ill day. I really do believe in taking ill days, even though I'm not sick. I just need to take a break for myself, to gather myself, to find balance. So I often take ill days. I love life. And for me, that empowers me to be able to center myself, to see where I'm off focus,
For sure.
and to grab and balance myself. So I love life. Ill days.
Ill day.
So you would say self-love is actually
Self-care.
self-care.
Yes, definitely.
And you are definitely a woman.
That does self-care.
Because she does not say,
That's
let me
like
tell you, if you don't
celebrating.
know nothing else, I remember when you first came into my life, and I was like, this woman loves taking care of herself.
Yes.
She pampers herself, she loves herself, and she likes her appointments to be every week. You know, she is like serious about taking
Yes.
care of herself.
She's serious about that hair point.
And I have been inspired by that.
Well, I've been with you since your baby, who has since turned 21. So when you first came into East Haven Elementary School, I used to just check you and your husband out, and I was like, and your kids were on point. And I used to look at, I said, who is she? I need to know who does her hair. And so I went up to Miss Pratt. I said, who does your hair? She said, I'm a stylist. And I've been with her ever since. And I think at that time, Destiny probably was in what, third grade, fourth grade, third grade.
Yeah.
So I've been with her ever since, and she's been making me a star wherever I go.
I know that's
whether
right.
it's in
Yes.
Florida, Maryland, across the world.
You have to not.
Everybody
lie about
knows
that.
my crown.
Yes.
Always
Mine,
intact.
yes, I do.
Yeah. You're definitely one of her model clients. Yeah.
Yes, for sure.
She keep your hair sharp.
Yeah.
Everybody look at Miss Levette's hair and say, okay, that's a Terry Starr
Haircut.
signature cut.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can
Sure.
tell her cut. You can tell her
Yeah.
cut.
Definitely.
She's the mother of this bunch, let me say.
Yeah,
Yes.
Miss Levette.
Miss Levette is the mother. She is the one going to bring you some food. She's going to take care of you. She's going to make sure you
Yeah.
have everything you need. She's going. That's one of the things I love about her. She just is always giving.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes I had to recognize in my life, am I taking or am I giving? And I think that that's so important.
Just had that conversation with my mother this
Yes,
morning.
because I think that people get tired of you just taking.
Taking.
And you have to come to a place that you ask yourself. And we at this and on this panel, we ask ourselves today, are we givers or are we takers?
Yeah.
And there's a time to give, and there's a time to
take.
receive.
Yes.
Because you do need to receive.
Definitely.
But at the same time, you need to
Gotta
make
give.
sure where you stand, because I think sometimes we grow up being selfish. We grow up thinking about ourselves and not realizing that there's other people that need something from you.
For sure.
And what does that look like to the people around you?
But I do think that in your shop, though, right, it was a give and take. Every time you stepped in there, right? Because
Yeah.
there's always a circle of women. And your shop is just, it was just different. Different than, you know, the regular shops that I had been to. You know, it had class to it. And we were able to talk about everything. And I mean, everything.
You're absolutely right.
Everything with just a vast variety of women. No woman who walked in there was the same, but we were able to share, right? We were able to take, and we were able to give.
Yeah.
And every time, even though we were in there, you know, Terry would get you in there just to so she could just talk to you. You done
Carry
finished
on.
getting your hair done,
Carry
but
on.
she's still like,
Yeah, you gotta set boundaries with her, because for her, it's a whole relationship.
Yeah.
You ain't just here to get your hair done.
Let me in
This is
there all
a
day.
relationship.
But you know what? That's one thing we didn't mind, though. We didn't
Right.
mind
Yes.
staying-
No.
I didn't
Yes.
mind staying all Saturday.
Right,
I
right.
didn't mind
No,
staying
that's
all
what
Saturday.
created. That's how we created this circle.
Yes.
Because we love we love the relationship.
Yes.
We love the conversation.
I have
we
been
love.
going to her since I was 19.
Yeah.
I am 44.
Yeah.
44.
Wow.
I met her as a young, quiet, not saying nothing.
Could you, no, really, honestly,
Like, seriously.
let me tell you something. Who you see now was not who I met years ago. She was quiet. She was going to Ohio State. She was so mean. I mean, she's a different person. But I want to ask you the question.
Okay.
What
Lord
made you change the direction that you have to feel as if? What changed you? What
Life.
really?
Experiences.
Changed her
I
in
mean,
what way, though?
But changed her in a way where
that-
she was actually like soft spoken in her little shell.
Sure.
And then all of a sudden she became this other person. And so what?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? What
Where she's,
transitioned
like,
you?
more confident.
And we talked about self. Yeah.
It's, I know what I'm gonna say. Like, I can't not say it. If I don't say it, it's gonna eat me alive. I'm gonna be mad if I don't say what I have to say, because I feel like for so many years, you know, your parents put you in this place where you're supposed to go to school, you're supposed to graduate, you're supposed to have a good job, you're supposed to be this person. And as much as I wanted to be that person, I'm not that person. I messed up. I went to Ohio State. I did the same thing any other young girl would do. Fall for a boy, got kicked out. You know, I just went through life experiences. And over time, me trying to please parents and live this life and be this person that everyone thinks I should be, that I'm this innocent little girl, and I'm not. I'm not by any means. I'm a woman now. I'm a woman with a kid. I'm a woman with feelings. I have a woman with a voice. And no, you might not like how it come out, but my mom taught me to say it straight up. There are no, what you crying for? Like, why are you crying? There's no crying when you made the decision to do what you wanted to do. So I don't have that. She tells me I don't have empathy, and I probably don't, because what you crying for? Like, I don't know.
Own up
I don't.
to it. Take
Take accountability. And there are times where I don't, but there are times where I have to stand on what I did. It might take me a minute, but I stand on it. So I feel like everyone else should stand on it. So that made me different, because I went through certain things that made me, I can't keep letting people tell me what I'm supposed to be and what I'm supposed to do. Like, that's not what I want to do. Like, at all.
You know what I love about us? No judgment.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
I think no matter, no judgment in the shop. No judgment.
Y'all hear my
So I think that's why I kept a lot of people that were new coming back.
Yes.
Because we knew we could walk in those doors, take the mask off, be who we are, and not be judged.
Yes.
And we knew that. And we love that. That's what I think has kept us so close to the point where I think we met everybody where they were at.
I think I met Miss Rita like one day, just walking in one day for no reason. I don't think I just came in one day. And you were there, and it was just like, same with you, same with her. I mean, just walk in one day, and it's just like, boo. Like I just vibe. So if I vibe, and that's just how it is. But I think for us, you said, what is self-love? For me, self-love is feeding myself around people that I feel like match my vibe. If you don't match my vibe, I don't want to be around you, and I don't got to. It's just my decision on who is in my circle. So.
And I think for me, it's just spending time by myself, doing what I want to do. You know, if I want to go to the shop on a Saturday and stay all day, then that's what I'm going to do. You know, just finding at least one day out of the week just to do what I want to do.
Yes.
Whatever that looks like, right? Whether it's laying on the couch watching movies all day and vegging out, or if it's me going out and hanging out with my girlfriends. That's what I do. Yeah, whatever I want to do.
Yeah. And for me, self-love is a lot of things.
Yeah.
It's a lot of things. One of the things for me could just be, listen, sometimes I need to stay away. I need to go off the grid for a little while. It's nothing personal. It doesn't mean I don't love you or anything, but sometimes I just have to kind of just zone out and reset, you know, and that's self-love for me. When you kind of get comfortable with yourself, I have to be comfortable with me before I could deal with anybody else. Right. So that's a form of self-love for me, jumping off the grid for a while.
And Terry, I'm going to stop because we sisters. Get the lipstick off your tooth.
That's keeping it real.
Okay.
I didn't even see it.
You know I want to know.
I didn't even see it.
That's how we do it.
Look, you're good.
Am I good now?
Yeah, you're looking pretty.
This is what I'm talking about. This is about. Listen, we ain't even going to edit that because this is about our circle, right? We ain't playing them games. If your hair messed up, baby, fix your hair. If you off, you off.
If
Because
you're
that's
off,
what we
you're
do.
off.
You
Yes,
off, you off.
it's all about the truth.
I think one of the things about self-love is loving yourself and making sure that you know that you're valuable.
Yes.
Period. You're valuable at the end of the day. Like, I know that I have one fingerprint. Don't get that twisted.
Right.
Not always. I used to always. It's only one of me. Know that. I ain't got to compare myself. I ain't got to compete with you. It's one of me, and I have one fingerprint. And if I'm gone, you're gonna miss me.
Yes.
Know that you're gonna miss me because I add. I know I add. And so you got to know that you add, no matter what stage of life that you're in, even in your pain, even in your struggle, even in when you're going through, you add to somebody's life because that's what's real. And I know that, and that's what makes me proud. That's why nobody can. I'm not measured by the purse I carry, the shoe I wear,
Absolutely.
Man, listen.
or my job. I'm not measured by none of that.
Right.
You can take it all from me today. I'm gonna still be who I am.
The
Because
core
my
of you
value,
still
I'm
remains.
not superficial. It's who I am.
Yeah, it's the core of you.
Now, all these
It
other things
remains
is
regardless.
add to me, but they don't make me.
Right.
No,
Right.
we don't.
Right.
That is the
For
difference
sure.
from another level of self-love.
And I say you gotta know yourself. So to me, like if you
And I love nice
think
things.
about-
Now, don't get that thing twisted.
Right.
Because my I like nice things. I've been raised to like nice things. That don't mean that don't mean you settle for anything.
Absolutely.
That don't mean you don't have standards. That don't mean you don't have
Well,
standards.
hey.
I feel like you're supposed to have standards.
It don't make her. It don't make me.
A nice bag is a form of self-love.
That's right.
Wait a minute. And what did you say when you came in? Your Italian shoes.
My Italian shoes is a form of self-love, baby.
Tony's
That's right.
I'm gonna cling to it. I don't even know nothing about it.
That's
Yes,
true.
you do.
Oh, but
Because you hanging around.
Well, I mean, I know, but I don't own an Italian shoe.
That's all right.
when you
It's
get around
coming.
greatness,
It's
you
coming.
automatically shift.
Sure.
You automatically
Definitely.
shift.
Yeah.
You definitely do. Your vibe shifts.
Like literally, you shift. And the crazy thing is, you have to renew your mind.
Yes.
The
Absolutely.
greatest thing about all of this, and you start thinking about your circle, you have to renew your mind.
Yeah, you do.
You have to think about something. You got to be strategic
What?
on the things that you do, you say. You know what I'm saying? Because you have to really think about this. And I think sometimes we just go on and do life. Sometimes we can hit trauma, and we experience some things, and we never deal with them things.
Yeah, for sure.
And
But
we just realize that we're just in a cycle. Like, wow.
But how many of you actually like? Because I know I do therapy, so there's some things that I know that I had to do for myself to work on self. Because I know I'm a pop off. I know I got that energy that I could be go from 0 to 100 real quick, and that's not cool. You got to learn how to be able to control your emotions, where you are and where you're at, no matter who you deal with. So that's another form to me of self care. I have to speak to somebody because you have
Yes.
to know the tools to be able to know what your triggers are.
Absolutely.
And the mere fact
Absolutely.
that you know that is powerful.
Yes.
Because a lot of
Yes.
people hold that thing in and be, and deal with it by themselves
you
and try to
can't.
deal with it in the flesh. And it's like, you cannot
Can't
do
do
that
that.
on your
You can't
own.
do
And it's a sense of
So-
denial too. Don't want to face that. thing.
Right.
Wallow in
Yeah.
that denial.
Absolutely.
Not
You
me.
cannot stand on that thing on your own.
No, you gotta
And
get.
I mean, a therapist is great and everything, but you even got to understand that you can't do it without God.
Absolutely.
You are
And be
absolutely
clear about
right.
that.
Because that's one thing I do. If not, if you ain't heard my phone, there's a church charm, and it goes off of probably about every 30 minutes to an hour. I get my prayer in almost every day
That's right.
during the day. You might not even know I'm praying. So I do pray. I don't have I ain't in the church and everything like that.
But it's
It's
not
your
about
personal-
that.
it's your
though.
personal-
It's your spirituality.
Yeah, I do
Because
my
we all
own
have the
thing.
Holy Spirit in us. In your
Yeah.
relationship,
It's different. It's
and you don't
different.
have to explain it to anybody.
So I just feel like
Yeah.
I do that, but I also feel like sometimes there are tools you need from an actual person that can
Sure.
give you
Absolutely.
those
Sure.
tools to
Absolutely.
work
Somebody
with
that
those
can relate
moments.
to what you're dealing
Yeah.
with versus just,
You can't all. I just feel like yes, God is your number
Sure.
one go, but you can't always rely on that when you're in the present.
you need some physical
Yeah,
feedback.
you need
But
that.
that's
sometimes.
God, though, right? That's God coming down and using someone
else.
Yes.
to help you,
Yeah.
right?
Using
Yes,
them as a
absolutely.
vessel. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I think your footsteps is always ordered.
Sure.
You always lives
Yeah.
at that moment.
Because even though you're not a psychiatrist or a psychologist, like you are my therapist.
Yeah, like
You know what I'm saying? You know?
There's something.
And it comes in so many different
you already
forms,
know I
right?
come to her
Is that what it
before I
is?
go to Chalice.
Okay, so I have a question for you ladies. Let's go. I have a question for you ladies. How do we maintain healthy relationships with healthy boundaries? That is self-love as well. How do we
I
maintain
ain't figured that out.
healthy relationships and healthy boundaries? But even though we have not figured it out, on this journey we want to figure it out. By this conversation. And then we all arrive. So the question is, how do we maintain
You don't kick me.
healthy? How do we? And I know that everybody might not be there, but I want to challenge everybody at this table to think about this question, even when we leave and even during the week, to sit and think about how do we maintain healthy relationships with healthy boundaries. boundaries, because I think that sometimes society and the world has told us that we don't have to have boundaries. Boundaries is like you don't have to have boundaries. And I believe the only way to be healed is to have boundaries. You gotta have boundaries.
But it also comes with a level of maturity.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like when you're young, you don't really know how to manage your emotions, so you're just quick to just like fall, or you're quick to just like cut a relationship off that's really important to you. You're just not emotionally mature enough to say, like, listen, I don't want to sever our relationship, but this is what has to happen for it to prosper or for it to increase or for us to maintain.
That's what I was going to say too.
Absolutely. So it's like a level of maturity, right? So even if you're not receptive, right, that's fine. You can say, okay, we have to sever ties.
Yes.
And so you maintain. That's your boundary. Right. So
well, how many people can cut? So it's hard for some people to cut people off and be brutally honest with that person because the relationship is unhealthy. Right. And maybe not people at this table, but I'm saying that sometimes it's hard to cut people off, especially if you had that long relationship. So maybe y'all been friends since elementary school, right? Yeah. Or maybe you've been friends for the last 20 years. It's hard because you have to be real with that person and say, listen, this ain't cute. Nothing that you're doing is cute. It's just not cute. So either you get it together or I'm going to cut you off.
Yeah. And that's funny that you would say that because you could become complacent.
Yeah.
And then
I think a lot of people do.
those little those things that's being done for you. I'll just be honest, been with my honey or was with my honey for 20 years. So I was married, but I really wasn't married.
Right.
So now I'm going through a divorce, although I was never married.
Right.
But now I'm going through a divorce and never married. So that thing is like, it's grief.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so it made it easy to be able to just go back.
Yes.
Because I was so comfortable.
Right.
That's right.
So comfortable.
That's right.
He made it comfortable. And still making it comfortable. Don't play. Because I'm going to keep, let me tell you something. I'm going to keep an A, and I'm going to keep a B.
Oh, and you better get a C.
And I'll keep a C. And if you don't want to be A, I'll move B to A and C to B. And I tried that. And I tried it.
But you don't want that.
But our hearts don't want that. And I think that's I can remember growing up, and you want more, but you settle for less.
Yeah.
You want more, but you settle for less. So my question is, a lot of times to us, that are we settling for less?
What?
Because we know we want more, and I think that the issue is that we get in our comfort, and we don't want to really hurt. So it's like it's better to stay in your comfort than walk this thing out.
I feel like that every
and that
day
hurt.
as a mom, though. Like, not even being for real, but I love being a mom. I love doing what I do, but I do, like, I want more. Like, it's like, it can't be just go to work and be mom. Like, that can't be what life
Live
is.
life.
Yeah. And I know you have to just make it and do it, but I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. Go to work and go home and do my kids. So, it's just navigating on how you make those things come into fruition of what you want to do. And then you just want more of everything. I want more of everything. I would just want more of everything.
And I think it's healthy to want more.
Yeah, it should be. Like that's
want
what
better.
growth and change is. But if you ain't wanting more, then you ain't growing.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's why it makes a difference with who you're around. That's why it makes a difference of who's in your circle.
Yes.
Because if you don't have people in your circle that is generating a want of increase, you are in the wrong circle.
Absolutely.
I should look at Miss Cecilia and be like, hey, if she did it, I could do it.
Yeah.
Or
absolutely.
hey, Miss Cecilia, what do I need to do
to get to
that? Yeah, I was thinking about that. Or
now that is one thing I did find out working.